special called Board of Mayor and Aldermen Board meeting on Thursday, May 18th, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. for the following resolutions and ordinances. A, first reading of an ordinance amending the budget ordinance for fiscal year 2022-23, ordinance 1654, fourth amendment sponsored by Alderman Hobbs. B, first reading of an ordinance of the City of Manchester adopting a budget for the fiscal year July 1, 2023 through June 30th, 2024, sponsored by Alderman Hobbs, signed Mayor Marilyn Howard, Vice Mayor Mark Messick, Alderman Ryan French, Alderman Julie Anderson, Alderman Robert Bellamy, Alderman Joey Hobbs, Alderman Donnie Parsley.
I call this meeting to order, and would you call the roll, please?
Alderman French.
Here.
Alderman Anderson. Alderman Bellamy.
Here.
Alderman Hobbs.
Here.
Vice Mayor Messick. Alderman Parsley. All are in attendance.
Ordinance A first reading of an ordinance amending the budget ordinance for fiscal year 2022-23, ordinance number 1654, which is the fourth amendment sponsored by Alderman Hobbs.
So moved.
Is there a second? It's been moved and second. It is as read the fourth reading. Any comments, any questions?
Alderman French.
Aye.
Alderman Anderson. Alderman Bellamy.
Aye.
Alderman Hobbs.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Messick. Alderman Parsley.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
B, a first reading of an ordinance of the City of Manchester, Tennessee, adopting a budget for fiscal year July 1, 2023 through June 30th, 2024, sponsored by Alderman Hobbs.
Move.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. The motion is as read. Any discussion? If not, call roll.
Alderman French.
Aye.
Alderman Anderson.
No.
Alderman Bellamy.
No.
Alderman Hobbs.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Messick.
No.
Alderman Parsley.
No.
Motion fails 4-2.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Let me hear a second there. So, motion has been made and to adjourn. Any comments?
I think I would make a motion. Yeah, I would not wish us to try to call it over here. We should try.
Point of order, it's a special call meeting, we can only address what's ordinance has been read, voted on. It's all we take out of a special call meeting.
So we got that on this. The same budget we can put on.
I believe that's correct, Alderman Anderson, once you vote on it, unless, I don't remember what it is, if there was a vote on it and you voted to do it, then you can make a motion to reconsider it, because you were on the winning side.
That is what it is. So it is what it is then.
No, you can. You were on the winning side, so you can make a motion to reconsider the budget that's presented on it. But I don't think you can make a motion.
But could I make a motion to consider this budget with an amendment or not?
I think you can. That's a complicated one out there.
Couldn't do that.
okay on the subject matter. The question is it has to be exactly the ordinance. I think we did last time. Somebody made a motion to amend it last time. So you can make a motion to reconsider, and then you can amend it.
Well, then, if that's proper, then I would make a motion that we reconsider the budget that's up for consideration and I would propose an amendment.
So let's do it this
stop
way.
it? First, we just do the whether we want to reconsider.
Yes.
What should I say?
A motion to reconsider.
Did Ryan get a second?
He did, and I was actually going to say that we have to actually vote on that first. But you had the right to discuss what you were going to do, which may affect folks' vote. So vote on the motion to adjourn.
Alderman French. Alderman Anderson.
No.
Alderman Bellamy.
I will reconsider, we're not adjourned.
That's, no is for not adjourn.
Alderman Hobbs.
No.
Vice Mayor Messick. Alderman Parsley. Motion fails 5-1.
Now you can make a motion to reconsider.
So, do I add the amendment or just the?
No, at this time, you're just motion.
Okay, I make a motion that we reconsider the budget.
Have a second.
Vote on that.
We have, there's motion to reconsider and second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderman French. Alderman Anderson. Alderman Bellamy. Alderman Hobbs. Vice Mayor Messick. Alderman Parsley. Motion carries 5-1.
Sure. I make a motion that we adopt this budget as presented with the one amendment being a contribution to the Alderman Center. I said, I made the same motion that I made last week, which is that we adopt the budget as presented with one change being we amend the contribution to the conference center to 0.
Do I hear a second on that? We have a motion and a second that the portion from the conference center be 0. Do I have any comments? I would like to make a comment. The other day, when I had an opportunity to be the tiebreaker, and I said no to the 500. I feel like if I had to do over, I would go with that 500. I was over focused on everything else, but just being made aware of what the value, not just the hotel motel, and also the events. The events that a lot of people say, well, the average person out there doesn't go to the conference. Well, I know that we took our employees out there, and it's maybe just a Christmas party, but you have your other employees that go out there and that work at these plants, and they have a Christmas party. Right now, we have so much that's touching our county and our city with negotiations, and it's a situation where it's a good place to bring in people from Washington, D.C. They come in at night. And it's a good place to negotiate 1,500 jobs coming to the base. That's big, and some people say, well, they all go to Tullahoma. No, most of the church people I go to church with, Forest Mill, work at the base. I mean, those are jobs out there. And when we sit down at the table and we are at the conference center, and we're sitting there, and there is a big part that the city of Manchester plays in this. They will use our interim flow, that PR work that is done out there, the proms, and that is a value that, honestly, it was talking to Paul Diggs this week, and he's going to retire in 16 days, and he's been the one that's held the pocket strings, and he said, make sure, because everything that's coming your way, make sure that you take care of the things that for infrastructure that you're at advantage, and it's these places at the conference center. And my relationship with Paul Diggs was because he had a relationship with Lonnie, but a Saturday he had the commissioner of tourism. They were good friends. He knows what Monterey brings, and I'm not trying to placate anybody, but I went home last night and I told my husband, I said, I made a mistake, and I'm not trying to sway anybody's vote, but if I had it to do over again, I would have gone with the 500, and I do appreciate the board came back with 419, and that is something that I hate to see. I will grieve, I will take responsibility for it. We had 4 votes for it, and I said no, and I said 400, and I will be sad to see the conference center close. But that's my comment. Any comments from the board?
I'll just say this, and I'm not going to direct this directly to about the conference center, but I think that each of you up here that is elected with me, that you are elected to pursue what you feel is best for this community. And I can't possibly express my disappointment in how this has been handled and how unprofessional some of you have been and reckless with your comments. And not one of these things, let me make this very, very, very clear, not one of you that have brought concerns up in these meetings have taken those concerns to the PBA, who is a whole entire body of people in this community that volunteer their time to do what's best for the PBA. And not one of you have brought your concerns, no matter how legitimate or illegitimate it is, to that PBA for it to be corrected. It is your responsibility to do that. You swore an oath to do that. So my comment tonight is we have a whole entire room of department heads here. And I've had issues come up over the years that we've had across various departments. And we always take those issues to the committee, to the department head, and we work with them. And over the years, has it always happened? Absolutely not. There have been hit jobs time after time again. But it is just completely irresponsible to vote on something like this when you not only didn't bring your concerns to the PBA, the governing body that's put in place to oversee what your concerns are. Not only did you not do that, you passed on every opportunity in the last year to go and educate yourself on actually what's happening there. You passed on the opportunity to go and listen to the state of Tennessee's Department of Tourist Development's Commissioner of Tourism and a majority of his leadership staff come to this town and talk to us about investment and return on investment. You refuse to go listen to those facts. And so, with the fact that you've refused to educate yourself on what goes on out there, you've refused to articulate your concerns, that leaves absolutely zero room for it to be anything but personal. And that's a fact. And that'll be the last fact that I leave here. And this isn't a campaign that's happened in the last 2 weeks. This is a campaign that's been taken out on my family for the last 8 years. And if you bury your head in the sand and say anything else, you're a damn fool. Do your responsibility. And I hope moving forward that if you've got a department head or an issue with another department, that you will take that issue to them and you will make sure that we can facilitate a way to correct it. Because that's what we're elected to do.
And what did you do with, if I'm right, there's 22,300 people that are lined up for this year. What do you tell these people? That there's weddings, there's I mean, personally, in a business, I would one day just say, hi ho, Leon, we're done with you, and go somewhere else. There's a big list that personally I feel responsible for. What do you tell them? You say, I hope you're wedding somewhere else, and I hope that I just, what do you tell people? What are you going to tell them, Rebecca?
Do you want me to answer that?
I mean, what would you tell them?
So, if I have enough staff to facilitate telling everyone, because my staff is invested in our community, and without a commitment from the funding body, I don't know that I'll have all of my staff. But we would tell them 3 options. We'll book your date with your deposit in your contract, but I can't promise you that the facility will be available. That you can call closer to your date, and hopefully we'll have that available, and hopefully we will have the staff and the tools we need to order for your event. Or you can sign a contract and we can proceed, and if it doesn't work, then you can file litigation towards the person responsible for it not being the body that's overseeing it. I don't have very many options to book people in good faith and moral compass if I don't have the ability to tell them that we're going to be there and not to have concern.
But I guess, you know, I can say that everybody up here, I'm sure, was prepared, thought all the way through, and had to vote. I'm trying to vote, but I can say I didn't. I'm blame. I didn't think all the way through. Is everybody ready? Any comments? You all ready to go?
Tell me what we voted for.
Adjournment.
No.
No, we voted for that. We're gonna stay here. What's the vote on for that?
Alderman Anderson has a motion on the floor to amend the budget to zero contribution.
Yes, and if I could clarify for folks, since it's been called into question, and I put this forth, you know, you guys have heard my previous concerns. I don't feel that it's okay for us to.
Point of order, the attorney has already addressed who can and cannot vote.
I'm trying to explain why I made this proposal, since it was alleged that it was for good reasons. Is it okay to still discuss this? We haven't voted yet.
Yes.
And no one said, call to question. Okay, well, I'm trying to get it out for folks. I think that a PBA is a flawed entity in itself. I think that the folks, the individuals that serve on it, I think have the best intentions. I think that they love the community and they come in here really wanting to help. But I think that as a board, it kind of becomes not accountable to its funding body, and that's the part that I have a hard time with, is that we're not trying to operate with an accountable budget, and that's something that's been historical. You know, we have audit findings, we're competing against small businesses that offer similar services. Philosophically, for me, this is outside what I think the city should be doing. You know, I think we have a lot of other things we could do that would benefit us. We have a lot of other needs besides this need. And I don't like having a budget where we cut out a police officer, we cut out a playground, we cut out staff from the fire. And this, you know, we're telling people this is what our priorities are. So for me, it doesn't make sense, you know? It doesn't make sense for us to be in the conference center business. And I think that the time when we say this is when we're doing the budget, because we don't sit on the board that oversees the conference center. So those are some of my reasons.
Anyone else have a question? Yes. Tom real quick. It's taking, they go,
So we're voting on the amended budget that gives a conference center with no contribution.
that's it.
Alderman French.
No.
Alderman Anderson. Alderman Bellamy.
No.
Alderman Hobbs.
No.
Vice Mayor Messick.
Pass.
Alderman Parsley. Motion fails.
Wait a minute, pass.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm going to vote.
Motion fails 4-2.
So I'd like to make a motion that we amend the budget for contribution, for annual contribution to the conference center for $350,000.
I'll second that.
The motion has been made and seconded that we would put $350,000 for this year to run the conference center. Any comments on this? If not, Alderman.
Alderman French.
Pass.
Alderman Anderson. Alderman Bellamy.
I'm thinking. I'm gonna take it.
Alderman Hobbs.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Messick.
Aye.
Alderman Parsley. Alderman French.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-2.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Isn't that?